Hey guitar enthusiasts, Lauren Bateman here, and I have an amazing song by REO Speedwagon called Can't Fight This Feeling. It is a fantastic song. I remember this song being on the radio when I was younger. Unfortunately, this song is a piano song, so I'm going to do some things to make it accessible to you to play on the guitar. And the chords we're going to use to make this easier for us to play are a G chord, a D chord, a C chord, an E minor chord, an A minor 7, which is just a C chord without your third finger down, okay? And then we have an E major chord, and unfortunately there is one bar chord. It is a B minor bar chord, okay? If you can do that, awesome. If not, you could always play the top part of a power chord, okay? Or you could just play the bottom 3 or 4 strings of a B minor to make it easier. If you know your bar chords, go for the full chord. So to make these chords match up with the recording, we're going to throw a capo on the 2nd fret of the guitar, right there. Okay, so just clip your capo on 2nd fret of the guitar, and all of our chords now are going to sound a little bit brighter because we've moved the capo up here. So let's talk about some different options for strumming. Like I said, this is a piano song, and something that's very common. If you wanted to finger pick, I'm going to throw my pick down real quick. You could do what we call a bass pluck pattern. Bass pluck, bass pluck, bass pluck, bass pluck, okay? So it would be thumb playing the bass note of the chord, and then the bottom 2 or 3 strings being plucked by these 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fingers, all right? So it would have this kind of sound to it. It should give you more of a piano sound, you know? I can't fight this feeling any longer. Okay, so that's one option if you want to finger pick. Now, if you want to strum, the strumming pattern I wrote down here is a 16th note strumming pattern. And what does that mean? We're going to be going 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a, played as down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So that's the strumming pattern that we're going to use throughout the song. So the intro of this song is broken up into a number of different split chords. I'm going to put all of the chords up over here so you can follow along with me. I also have lesson notes on my website at laurenbateman.com. You can go check those out there as well. So we're going to start off with the G chord splitting to D. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and... And that last measure, it's 3 counts of C. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and that is our intro. And again, if you want to do the, you know, there's a lot of piano stuff going over the top of that intro that we're not playing on the guitar, but you could do the finger picking if you want to. So now let's talk about the verse section, which has a mixture of half chords, meaning we're going to play each chord for 2 beats, and whole measure chords, meaning we're going to play them for 4 beats. So basically the half measure chords, each chord is getting 1 down, 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 up, whereas on the full measures, they're going to get 2 of those down, down, up patterns, okay? So nothing crazy here. There are no bar chords. Let's throw the chords up on screen for you to follow along, and we're going to start with the G chord. So it's going to be down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So whole measure on E minor, then C, G, whole measure on D, back to G, G, to D, then a full measure of E major, then A minor 7 to C, ending on D. And you can see there we actually had an E major chord that snuck in there. I didn't mention that maybe I did mention it quickly at the beginning. But it gives a really, really cool change to the song because our ear is expecting E minor, but we go to E major. Very, very cool feel there. So if we put the lyrics behind this now that we've gone through the strumming, it'll sound something like this. So we got 1, 2, ready, and I can't fight this feeling any longer. and yet I'm still afraid to let it flow. What started out as friendship has grown stronger. I only wish I had the strength to let it show. And then there's another verse, and I tell myself that I can't hold on forever. I say there is no reason for my fear. Feel so secure when we're together. You give my life direction, you make everything so clear. Now, important note on this second verse, we have 1/2 measure of D. So on my notes, you're going to see little 2/4 in parentheses. That's indicating the time signature. All right, so far, we've had 4 beats per measure, right? So either we have 2 chords for 2 beats each, that adds up to 4, or we've had 1 chord for a full measure of 4 beats. On the very end of the verses, before we jump into the chorus, it is 1 measure of 2 beats, all right? So we're just gonna play that strumming pattern down, 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 up. We're just gonna play that on the M 1 extra time. So if I take it from the A minor, you give my life direction, it'll sound like this again. 2, 3, 4. You give my life direction, you make everything so clear. 1, 2, and then it jumps into the bridge, not the chorus, sorry, the bridge section. So let's do that one more time. So the A minor, I'm going to count the number of beats. So we'll start with the A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we jump into the bridge, which is where our bar chord comes into play, that B minor chord. So we're going from C to B minor, and then C, G and D splitting a chord, or splitting a measure. Then we have C, E minor, D, C. So the B minor only shows up once, which makes this a great song to practice. If you're working on trying to transition into bar chords, this is a great song to practice because the B minor is not really a focal chord. It's only in there once in that bridge section. So let's take this bridge section, starting with C and B minor for full measures. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and down, 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 up, down, 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 up, B minor. C, G and D splitting. Now all full measures, C, E minor, then D, and then C, which takes us into the chorus, but with the lyrics. Ready? 1, 2, here they are. And even as I wonder, I'm keeping you in sight. You're a candle in the window on this cold, dark winter's night. And I'm getting closer than I ever thought I might. Now, finally, we're getting to the chorus, and this is the first real repeatable part of the song, in that our chord progression is going to be G, A minor 7, C. All right, G, A minor 7, C. And the G and the A minor are each 2 beats, and then the C is a full beat. All right, and we're going to do that 3 times in a row, and then we have a full measure of C, a full measure of D, and a full measure of C. So let's try that chorus. We're just going to do counting the beats, all right? 2 beats on G, 2 beats on A minor 7, 4 beats on C. Ready? Let's take it from the top. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a 1, 2, and a on your own now. Ready? Full measure of D, full measure of C. 'Cause I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. It's time to bring this ship into the shore and throw away the oars forever. can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. And if I have to crawl upon the floor, come crashing through the door, baby, I can't fight this feeling anymore. So we had a B minor sneak in there on the end. I didn't look far enough ahead. But fortunately, most of the chorus is just the repetition of those three chords over and over and over again. So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to take this nice and slowly, beginning from that intro through the first couple of verses and the chorus, just so you can have a little bit of a playthrough of everything. And that covers all the sections of the song. So let's do the full playthrough. We're going to take this from the beginning. Okay, from that intro, if you want to finger. See, I've been playing the guitar for almost 20 years and I still drop my pick on the floor. So we're going to take it from the intro. Okay, if you want to do the finger picking, you can do that. I'm just going to strum all the way through. So let's take it from the top on the G. So we got 1, 2, here we go. And down, 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 down. 3 strums on C. I can't fight this feeling any longer, and yet I'm still afraid to let it flow. What started out as friendship has grown stronger. Only wish I had the strength to let it show. I tell myself that I can't hold on forever. Say there is no reason for my fear, 'cause it feels so secure when we're together. You give my life direction, you make everything so clear. Half measure, 1, 2, and even as I wonder, I'm keeping you in sight. You're a candle in the window on a cold, dark winter's night, and I'm getting closer than I ever thought I might. 'Cause I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. It's time to bring this ship into the shore and throw away the oars forever. 'Cause I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. And if I have to crawl upon the floor, come crashing through your door, baby, I can't fight this feeling anymore. Now, as you can see, when I was getting into the singing and the strumming, my hand started doing whatever it wanted on the rhythm. And if you find that your hand is starting to develop a mind of its own, that's a good thing. Go with it, go with the flow. And if you're interested in learning how to develop your strumming hand more, go watch this video over here where I'm going to show you how we can take one strumming pattern and turn it into a number of different really cool sounding strumming patterns. Go watch that video right now.